Hey, friend. I want to give you a tool that the Lord gave to me during a very stressful day. I was in a hotel. I was about to walk into a conference, and I was in my room just thinking about all the things that needed to get done and all the things that felt like unfinished business. And now I was going to walk into another room, and there were going to be more people and more conversations and more business filling my head. And it felt really hard. And I couldn't seem to get any traction on that anxiety I was feeling because it was just swirling in my head. So I really felt the Lord ask me to do something simple. I felt like He said, sit down and write down 5 of the most pervasive thoughts that are circling in my head and my heart. So I did. And let me tell you, the first bit of clarity came immediately. I was not thinking in full sentences. I was thinking in one massive run-on sentence packed with a bunch of incomplete thoughts that were crashing into each other. So no wonder I felt so anxious. My mind had never actually finished a single thought. It just kept piling more on. So writing them down forced me to finish the sentences. I got to see them clearly, one at a time, instead of in one tangled mess. And then the Lord said something, and it's really changed the way I've handled overwhelm since. He said, go one by one through these sentences you wrote down and ask me for wisdom. So I did, one at a time. One of the things on my list I had absolutely no control over. And he reminded me of a verse, cast your cares on me, I will care for you. That is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. So I surrendered that one to him. Okay, for today, this is not mine to carry. And it was never going to be solved by me staying up worrying about it. Another one, he told me to simply lay aside. He reminded me of the verse that says, tomorrow has enough worries of its own. So let's go ahead and let tomorrow worry about itself. That thought was not a right now problem. It was a tomorrow problem trying to steal my attention today. So I purposefully procrastinated that one with peace. Another one turned out to be simple. I just needed to make a quick call to get the ball rolling. And it was something that I could just do. It didn't take long at all. And I had just let it live in the pile of overwhelm in my head instead of just doing it. So I made the call. And then another one required a decision. And here's the honest part. I already knew exactly what the decision was. I was just refusing to make it. So I asked for wisdom on that one too. James chapter 1 tells us that if we lack wisdom, we can ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault. And that word wisdom can also be interpreted strategy. And I love that because it makes strategy holy. I asked for strategy. He gave it to me. Sitting in that hotel room, tangled thoughts all in my head became 5 separate action items. Surrender, lay aside for tomorrow, quick task to just knock out, and then one decision I already knew I needed to make. And here's why I wanted to give this to you today. Overwhelm often is not actually 5 hard things. It's one enormous tangled run-on sentence made of 5 different things, none of which have been separated out or dealt with individually. So some of what's overwhelming you does not belong to you at all. It belongs to God. Cast it to Him. Some of it's not for today. Lay it aside until it's actually time. Some of it is simple and quick, and you're just avoiding it because it got lumped in with everything else. Some of it requires a decision you already know, but have been refusing to make. So your tiny step today, if you're in a place of overwhelmed or anxiety, is to sit down and write out 5 complete thoughts that have been circling in your head right now. Go one by one and ask God for wisdom for each one specifically. And you probably will be surprised by how much lighter you feel once the 5 tangled things become 5 separate, solvable things. You're an overcomer, my friend. You just have to dare to begin. So let's begin.